Intermittent fasting, one more time. So, here's been my experience of intermittent fasting, which I have not yet shared with you. So, I thought perhaps it would be a break from the research, just more anecdotal stuff. So, 3 to 4 years ago, I heard about intermittent fasting from a colleague in Montreal who proceeded to rant and rave and go on, genius colleague, by the way, about the benefits of intermittent fasting. At which point I was like, I should probably be doing this because at this point I'm 2 years post med school, still having the PTSD effects from med school, HPA axis still totally thrown off, adrenals still kind of out of whack. I'm 40 to 50 pounds overweight, cholesterol above 200. That's not a good thing if you don't know. Insulin resistant, and I was pre-hypertensive or hypertensive a couple of times at least in my doc's office. So in that context, I leave this conference thinking I should do this. Physician, heal thyself. That was another class in medical school. So I go home. The next year I'm back at the same similar conference. And 15 or 20 of the physicians in this class that, we all go read, they've tried it and they're looking good. And they've lost weight and their lipid panels look good and the benefits are amazing. And they're going on and on. And I'm thinking, okay, Jen, you should really try this. Come on, you're a crunchy granola doc. Get your butt in gear. So I decide I'm going to do it. Except life happens as I go home and it doesn't happen until I find myself in the middle of kind of a personal crisis / one of the most stressful scenarios in my life I've been through. Still somewhat ongoing, but I'm hopefully coming out of it. This was fall of 2013. So stuff starts happening along those lines, and I don't have an appetite. I feel nauseous at the thought of food, and my life is sort of seemingly falling apart. And so in that context, I think, wait, I remember Andre talking about, and all the other players talking about how the difficult piece is initiating this whole process, because in the beginning you're hungry and it's hard to get used to this pattern of eating in the 6-hour window and fasting 18 hours the rest of the time. Here I am, sort of sliding into that. Okay, I'm no rocket scientist, but I think I'm going to just go with this. So that's what I do. And I end up just allowing myself to do this, following what my body is sort of trying to already do. Over the course of the next 8 to 10 months, I lost 40 pounds. All my various lipid panels stabilized, insulin resistance gone, pre-hypertensive stuff gone. Feel really good. Feel as good as I've felt, I would say, my entire adult life. So, of course, when I was in gymnastics, I was not an adult. So, barring that period of time where I was probably in the best shape of my life, although my diet was probably worse when I was in gymnastics. I mean, I would come home from school and eat a massive bowl of ice cream and then head off to practice for 4 or 5 hours. Not a good diet then. I think I actually eat better now. But so in this context, all these things stabilized for me. The other piece was, prior to the intermittent fasting, that I had been getting back into the gym. I was working out. I'd run a 10K, but I was still, it wasn't happening that much in the gym. I added this piece where I was doing the intermittent fasting, and I pretty much kept doing the same stuff I was doing in the gym. I made some modifications. And my gained progress. I found that the intermittent fasting piece, combined with what I was doing already, this is without a trainer. I mean, I just sort of made up my own workout stuff, talked to bros that seem like they know something, and found the increase in my own strength more rapid. It seems as though it's sped up um, in this period of time where I do the intermittent fasting. Now, that would make sense physiologically from what we know from the research, because when you're in a fasted state, human growth hormone is actually increased in the secretion 1,000, 2,000 fold because it's secreted in spurts. And that's one of the things that actually increases the secretion of HGH, because it protects skeletal muscle from being consumed as an energy source in a fasted state. Therefore, it makes a lot of sense that that this is going on when you're intermittently fasting, and that it actually counterintuitively, in a weird way, speeds up the progress, the gains in the gym. And that has played out for me to such extent that last night, or the previous night, when I was at the gym, and probably one of the guys at the top of the bro food chain, meaning I think he could be in contention for being the biggest guy in my gym, approached me. Now, I need some of you to weigh in terms of what was really happening in this conversation. So, insight, welcome from gym rats that understand bro speak, bro language, la lengua de los bros, in terms of what's going on. But okay, so here was the conversation that happened. Basically, he went, "Oh, you are killing it over there on the dip bar, right?" And I think I was actually kind of killing it. I am dipping plus 45. So that, I mean, this is, pretty good for me, right? So I'm over there killing it on the dip bar, and then we have this conversation that goes like this. He goes, "Yeah, I saw you 8 months ago. You doing the chins and the pull-ups, and you've made some good progress in the gym. Like with this, made some good progress." I'm thinking, at which point I go, thanks for noticing. Genuine compliment. I'm happy. I take that. I'm learning that. Great. And trying to smile. And then what does he say after that? He says, there's this knowing look, and he's asking something, but not actually directly asking it. And I'm thinking, so here's what he said. He looks at me, he's like, "Is this all you're doing?" And it's this look as if he's asking me if there are other things I'm doing, which at that point I should have brought up the intermittent fasting. 1,000, 2,000 increased secretion of your HGH, dude. I'm just a doctor. But I didn't. I was puzzled because initially it didn't click that he was actually asking me something that he wasn't asking. He was asking, "Are you doing anything else? And if not, do you need my help?" Right? He was marketing something that he's not actually going to say anything out loud. I have to read between the lines. And I guess he's thinking I'm in this class of person who wants such a thing. And at which point I'm thinking in my head, I want to still look feminine. I see some of the females that potentially would be interested, or maybe already are utilizing such a thing that I think you're marketing to me. And I'm not interested in that at all. I think I can be strong and feminine. And I would like to maintain both of those. And I know if there's any sort of thing that you're kind of marketing here, that's not actually something I'm interested in. But it's all between the lines. Wait, I think, hindsight as I walk away, that's what he was asking. So bros, gym rat bros, is that what he was asking? Is that how this is done? And I'm like, this is so weird. How am I on this alien planet? And I should have brought up the intermittent fasting piece. I should have educated. It was a perfect opportunity that I missed. Hindsight 2020. So next time I will. And so I'm telling you now, intermittent fasting, this has been my experience. You might get confused with somebody who's doing other stuff. So why not do it in addition to your weightlifting and whatever it is you're doing? Because I think it works. Thanks for tuning in. Share your experience with intermittent fasting. Have you been mistaken for someone who might be doing other stuff because you're intermittently fasting? I don't know. Ah! Or was it just marketing? Is it just like flattery? The flattery is maybe part of the marketing because he thinks clearly I'm in the class of people who cares about muscles, so I must care a lot about muscles that I would do anything for muscles, which is not the case at all. I only do anything. The only thing I would do is something natural. So there you have it. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all your likes. Keep on the liking. Keep on subscribing. And please tell me, help me unpack what was actually being said in said scenario, because I could use some education. And bro science, he doesn't really educate me along these lines. It's just all the humor, but there's other stuff happening between the lines that I need to know what's happening. So thanks for tuning in. Adios.